So we're into the afternoon session of day 2 of these 2021 World Para-Athletics European Championships. We're at the Visa Stadium in Bydgoszcz. 34 titles being decided today. 18 in the track, 16 in the field. A lot warmer, a lot drier today compared to yesterday. But it is slightly windier. Well, lots of field finals to get us underway. The men's shot put F34, men's javelin, women's long jump at T47. The men's 200 meters T51 gets us underway in around 25 minutes time. The fastest and quickest wheelchair races going around 1500 meters for the men's and the women's. Huge number of familiar names in that. And the blade athletes out too in the men's 100 meters T64, T63. That's all to come a little bit later. So, hello from Will Downing and from Tolson Tollett, and we're straight into field final action, and a huge field in this men's shot put F34. Tomasz Paralympic has been one of the main Europeans for the past few seasons. This is a coordination impairment. It is the least impaired of the seated athletes, the wheelchair athletes, in the coordination impairment category. 13 are in this final. So it's going to be a long one. And Paralympic does go in this. He hasn't cleared 10 meters this season. He does hold the European record of 11 meters 11 set at Dubai in November 2019 in the last World Championships. Evgeny Malik, regular medalist in this discipline, and Thierry Sabone as well of France. This could be very competitive. Well, another successful morning it's been for the host nation, Poland, and they do have Paralympic going in this, and they have been excellent hosts so far. Also getting underway very shortly, the men's javelin F57 final. That also a seated affair where, like this, all of the throws will be taken at once, and men's 200 meters T51 will get us underway in the track just before 6 o'clock Polish time. That's just around half an hour's time. The men's 1500 meters T46 in the ambulance categories, and it'll roll on from there. It'll go in a breeze. 3 hours of medal action tonight, Tolson.
Indeed, Will. Just as the noise starts and the music comes in. Thanks for the introduction. Good evening to everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be around the world watching on. We hope you enjoy the evening session on day 2. A load of field action. Plenty of stuff on the track as well to get his teeth into later. We talked about Paralympic, who's taking part in this. Later on we'll have Barbara Bydgoszcz, who will also be in action. You may know her as Barbara Novitzil. She'll be taking part in the T20 1500 metres in the women's final. As the men's shot put F34 category is introduced. First of all is Giuseppe Campocchio, Thomas Matti of Poland, Finland Evan, Eugenis Vaikatas of Lithuania, and this man, defending champion Tomasz Paralympic, European record, championship record holder, and of course defending champion. To the Greek athletes taking pace, Yanis Votsus, the first of them, Rishikadi of Turkey, lifetime best of 12.94 for him, so expect him to be there or thereabouts. But Dvorak of the Czech Republic. Evgeny Malik. Another one who'll be pushing for a medal. Baronin of Montenegro. The second of the Greeks, Stylianos Konstantinos. And the Frenchman Thierry Sabon. He'll be pushing Kralinski, who hasn't had a great season, as Will mentioned there, with his best this year, 989. So Saboni will be up there. Marek Duda of the Czech Republic. And rounding out the field is Alexander Aliasienko of Israel. So 13 taking part in the men's shot put F34 seeded final. And as we've seen throughout other seeded events, it takes a little bit of time for the athletes to be strapped into their position. All 6 throws will take place. So it will be Campochio who will go first. Elsewhere on the field, men's javelin throw F57. A few less taking part in that. 6 in total. That gets underway in around 4 or 5 minutes' time. Marceline Velitsko of France will be the favourite in that one. European Championship record holder. As the noise
Szanowni Państwo, a teraz przedstawimy zawodników występujących w rzucie oszczepem w klasie F57.
This is the men's javelin throw F57 final.
Reprezentant Belgii.
Representing Belgium, Remy Kizito.
Reprezentant Polski.
Representing Poland, Tomasz
Remy Kizito, the first up. Kizito, the only F56 competitor in this field. The remainers all
Reprezentant
57s.
Turcji.
Representing
Thomas
Turkey,
Rebel of
Musa
Poland.
Davulcu.
Musa Devluku.
Reprezentant Łotwy.
Representing Latvia, Ingūns Labanovs.
Latvia's Ingūns Labanovs.
Reprezentant Czech.
Representing Czech Republic,
Jaroslav Petrus from the
Petrus.
Czech Republic.
Reprezentant Francji.
Representing
And the man who they'll all be
Marceline
chasing.
Valiko.
Marcelin Veliko. That man there.
Reprezentant Azerbejdżanu.
Representing Azerbaijan, Hamed Haidari.
Azerbaijan's Hamed Haddadi.
Reprezentant Słowacji.
And Slovakia.
Representing Slovakia,
Julius
Julius
Hudka.
Hudka.
Reprezentant Chorwacji.
Representing
And
Croatia,
Croatia's
Pero Sunara.
40-year-old Pero Sonata.
Reprezentant Litwy.
Representing Lithuania,
Lithuania's
Ramunas
Ramunas
Rohus.
Rohus.
Reprezentant Turcji.
Representing Turkey,
And the penultimate competitor,
Mohamed
Mohamed
Khalvandi.
Kalvanadi.
Reprezentant Francji.
With the second of the French
Representing
athletes,
France, Vittorio Cavacava.
Cavacava. So Veliko may be the European record and championship record holder. Couple of rather big lifetime bests, not ratified performances. Calvani's lifetime best is down as 50.98.
Time.
Quite some mark. Campochio will be up first though, the Italian. The man who started back in 2015, yet to take a mark this year. His aim, along with many, is to win in Tokyo this year and also to make it through to Paris in 2024. The F33 champion from 2018. Sometimes I wonder whether it's a blessing or a curse to go first. It's great to get out there, but also you then have to sit back and wait for everyone else to go.
I don't know.
So there's been a few issues with the equipment over the past day and a half or so.
9 meters, 4 centimeters.
As Campaccio waits. And wait.
The thing about this event, though, isn't it? It's such a long wait for everybody, and especially with 13 in it, when you've got 6 men who are throwing 6 shots in a row. Doesn't have a season's best for this campaign, the 54-year-olds. At least he's got the agitos tattooed on, because there are some competitions where some athletes, para-athletes, have got the Olympic rings on, and they have at times had to get them covered up. So he's correctly branded.
I suspect you have both the Olympic and Paralympic symbols on either one.
That's a world record line, 12 meters 17 for Ahmed Hindi of Jordan, set at the last World Championships in Dubai.
Well, Campaccio is shaking his head. He still hasn't been given a mark. He's still trying to work out where he lies in this competition so far. We know he's first because he's the only one that's gone so far. But lengthwise, he's still not sure what he has.
Quarta para baixo, força left.
Państwa, teraz przed nami panie, które wystartują w konkursie żurskim w klasie F11-12. Reprezentant Rosji, representing Russian Federation,
Za każdym razem pokazać bliżej.
reprezentantka Ukrainy, representing Ukraine, Russia Putin. Reprezentantka Litwy.
Well, the men's javelin throw F57. Seated category again. Remy Kazito of Belgium. His first.
Reprezentantka Turcji, representing Turkey,
Foul with his first. 10.73 with his second. Nothing the matter with that one. Three throws down. He can now reposition himself if he needs to. Can Gazito doesn't have a mark this year.
Nie,
He's the only F56 taking place in this final. All the 11 others are F57 athletes.
Tablica same się wystawiła.
Well, we also have long jump action, as we do pretty much every session. This is the T47 ambulant category, below elbow or wrist amputee, and this is one of the favourites, Nicole Rodomakina of Russia, ploughing through. She is the European record holder from Lyon, way back at those World Championships in 2013, 5:92. She set the championship record the following year in Swansea, 5:50. She's been a terrific athlete down through the years. Did the double between 100 and long jump at those 2014 Euros in Swansea. 5:32, and that sets the standard. She goes into the lead above Great Britain's Polly Mayton. Not a mark of Denmark next. .510, her lifetime best. How she would need something like that here. That's not too bad. It's a good distance for the Dane, but how good? Rodomakina having just got out to 5:32. had competition so far this year, so no season's best of which to speak. And the wait continues. Oh! How about that? It's a lifetime best by 16 centimetres. And she goes into the bronze medal position, and she becomes a contender immediately. Smaragdi of Greece, another of the prime candidates in this final. Silver in Berlin for Stella Smaragdi. Used the board well, heading out towards 5 meters. It is game on. And you consider that Mogachaya and Lanza have had no jumps in this opening round. They've medalled quite consistently in the past too. This could be a very, very hot competition. That silver won in Berlin, emulating a great success in Swansea, where she had finished second in the long jump, and bronze in the 100 meters, and 5:24 puts her 2 centimeters off the medals. This looks as if it is going to be a very, very competitive battle. Currently between 4, but potentially 6. Mogachaya, who missed in the opening round, the 2016 European champion. She's in the competition now, waits for the white flag. Good pace, used that board perfectly. Launched herself out. Again, looks to be beyond 5 meters. 5:26 right now is 5:27 right now is silver. 5:32 is gold. How's Mogachaya done? Spectacularly! She's into the lead, and that's a new championship record of 5:55, breaking Rhoda McKenna's mark from 7 years ago. The competition just keeps getting hotter and hotter. So many athletes in this have won the title previously. Poland have big hopes with Magdalena Gontar, but she weighed in with 3:35 in the opening round. And that goes down as a red flag and no jump. Wasn't over by a lot, but by enough, just the most minor of indentations, and that is enough for her to miss out on this occasion. So 3:35 in the opening round. She will obviously have her full rotation of attempts in this, as we've got 7 in the final, but she finds herself down in 6th spot. .431 in her career. Polly Mayton now, having had a season's best in the opening round. Well, she went heavy on that board. It was the season's best, hanging on to the bronze medal spot for the moment. And that was a red flag. So no joy for her. Just went through strongly. Very strongly. But needing to attack now that she's been knocked down from second spot. I mean, look at how tight the top 5 are. And Smaragdi, remember, was the silver medalist last time. Angelina Lanza, who had a no jump in the opening round. Star of recent major championships herself. Not hanging about. I think she went through that again. Tried to force the initiative. Went too strongly in. That'll be a red flag for the defending champion. 3 goals gloriously in Berlin. I don't think there's much of a doubt about that one. So she's the only athlete to miss the first 2 rounds. There it is. Well, it's a long jump where we have 6 out of the 7 who could be potential champions. Well, Rhoda McKenna led earlier with that 5:32. It is a bit breezier today than yesterday. There wasn't a single attempt in any of the long jumps that were either plus or minus 2.0, nothing like it, barely over 1 on the reading, but you could see with the tufts of hair on the side that it's a bit more. So 5:32 in the opening round, didn't use the board at all. Ooh, 30 centimeters given away, and she'd a solid run up. Wasn't near the board really taking off. Ends up being around 5:30 again, then in terms of might have been enough to go in front. It's actually just shy of 5 meters. It's 4:91. Rhoda McKenna stays in second place.
So onto the track for the first event of the evening, the men 200 metres T51 final. You saw the man with all the records there just a moment or 2 ago. There he is, number Hennon. World record, European record, championship record. The championship record coming in Berlin 3 years ago. Helder Mestra will do his best to try and stop Peter Hennon. He's 4th in 2018. Tony Pispinen, he's been around for a while. He was the 100 metres Paralympic champion back in 2012. And here's the man they'll be chasing, no doubt. Former wheelchair rugby man who switched to para-athletics. He's the T51 100 and 400 metres Paralympic champion. And he also took gold over 200 metres back in Dubai in 2019, as well as being the European champion in both this and the 100. So Hennon in 3, Pispinen in 4, and Mestra goes in 5. And it is Peter Hennon who gets away very quickly, as does Pispinen. And Mestra is being left in their wake already, and as they come around the bend, it is neck and neck between both Peter Hennon of Belgium and Finland's Tony Pispinen. But Hennon has stuck his nose just in front. He's about a length or 2 in front already as they come into the last 100 metres. So around 80 metres to go, and it's Peter Hennon in the lead. Pispinen trying to chase him down. There's a lot of work with his wheelchair to try and get that extra speed when he can. He's doing his best towards the end, but it's Hennon who's going to hold him off. And Peter Hennon is going to take the win, 38.99, a new championship record, breaking his own mark from 3 years ago in Berlin, and beating it by, well, quite some time as well. Pispinen did his best to stay with him, Peter Henan. Just too good though there. Holding off Pispinen. Mestre left in their wake early on. And this man has retained yet again his 200 metres T51 crown. Pispinen working hard as they came into the last 100 metres. At that point there you thought, oh, do you know what, he's pushing ahead, he might get a little bit closer. He couldn't get there in the end. And it's Peter Henan who retains his 200 metres crown at the T51 level.
First time I'm hearing Bydgoszcz, how do you feel about it, with this result?
I'm very happy with it. I know.
So Henan in a time of 39.01. Wow, that's quick. That from Pispinen. Wasn't quick enough though. As we head back to the long jump, T47.
To Mogachaya. 3 champions at one stage or another of this European long jump, but she knows that wasn't quite what she was looking for. 5:55 she leads on, 5:32 is Ronna McKeon in second. Stella Smaragdi of Greece, 5:27 along with Polly Mayton now. Smaragdi ahead on the count back as she's had a 5:24 as well. Polly Mayton with a no jump in the second round. So 6 centimetres between second and fifth right now, Mogachaya with a nice advantage. And remarkably, Angelina Lanza, who is the reigning and defending champion, finds herself right at the bottom at the moment without a mark. Gotthardsten of Poland. In her first major championship. That's 15 years old. A 4:31 jumper this season. But what an experience for her to be competing on home soil in the European Championship. Maybe it's a bit better than the 3:35. She can edge herself closer towards the top 5, but surrounding herself with the best jumpers in Europe. Just nibbled the board slightly by a titchy amount. She will improve. She'll improve by a nice amount, actually. And she'll get quite close to her lifetime best with that. 4:09. She stays in 6th, but she's now only 22 centimetres away from a lifetime best. We go to another pole in the javelin.
The seated category men's javelin throw, F57. It's Rubel of Poland.
Czy mogę wiedzieć, co jest?
Just a white concert throw. Ruby Casito of Belgium, all 6 of his best of 12:52. Thomas Rubel, his first, a foul. So he'll be desperate to get a mark of any kind.
Kuba, masz hita.
Verbal just being held up.
He incidentally touched or kicked EDM.
37 years of age, doesn't have a mark this year.
Yes, recalibrate.
Yeah, because there is one or two athletes, they are complaining from their coaches.
He might be waiting for a little while longer as well.
So,
That man's not though.
I say up that
First gold on the track. So that man we just saw, Peter Hannan, a championship record. He smashed his own record by over 3 seconds from 3 years ago. Quite extraordinary. Tony Pispinen also smashed that record, but couldn't quite cut the mustard and get the gold.
We've got a lot of track action coming up. Lots of 1500 meter finals tonight. It's 1500 night in Bydgoszcz. Men's T46 coming. Just needs to loosen the screws a little bit.
fajnie, co?
But it's got that mark, close to that mark on the far side where the next track action will be starting from.
Rebel looks like he's unstrapped himself. He's only thrown once, so we'll have to get to the bottom of that as we head back to the long jump T47, third jump for Rodimikina.
Yeah, 5:32 in the opening round. 23 centimeters behind her teammate Mogachaya. Both former European champions. Both missing from the field in Berlin. Twice Nicole Rodimikina has been the world long jump champion. 2011, 2013. Took the title in the year in between at London 2012. She's been a master of this for a long time. Mogachaya had taken the honours in Grosseto in 2016 and dethroned her chum. Again, that looks to be out around that 5:32 mark, maybe just a little less, yeah, 5:21. And into a headwind. So now, the final of the men's 1500 metres, T46. Single arm, amputee category. And the reigning European and world champion is in this. So starting off for Russia, the 2016 European champion over 1500 metres, Alexander Yaremchuk. Also, international competitor in para cross-country skiing and biathlon. The reigning European and world champion for Bulgaria, Christian Stoyanov. Alongside him for Great Britain, silver at the last Europeans in Berlin, Luke Nuttall. And on the inside, first major champion for Denmark's Christian Olsen. 4:03 is lifetime best set this year, which is the third fastest of the four. Luke Nuttall still 19 years old. So Olsen, Nuttall, Stoyanov and Yaremchuk, the four in this. Stoyanov, the European record holder from the last World Championships in Dubai, where he took the gold, took the honours, having been a bronze medalist in London. Luke Nuttall didn't have the honour of competing in that, but following year in Berlin, did gather second spot, coached by Vince Wilson. And his mother, the Commonwealth Games bronze medalist from '94, which, you know, was Victoria candidate, Alison Wyatt, Jarnwood AC. And well tucked in third place at the moment, behind Stoyanov, the current European champion, and his predecessor, Yaremchuk, who leads the way with 3 laps to go.
And it's Yaremchuk who's taken him out at quite a pace. He's just held his line at the front there. Hasn't been any movement at all. The Stoyanov, though, just looks like a tiger about to pounce on the back of Yaremchuk there. Luke Nuttall looks pretty strong, as does the debutant in major competitions from Denmark, Christian Lykkeby Olsen. But they look like they're running on a ladder at the moment. They're so evenly spread. It's Yaremchuk, though, with around 900 to go. He's looking very strong out in front. They all look very good at the moment. It'll come down in the next lap of the penultimate lap when it might start to quicken even more. So Yaremchuk leads, Stoyanov in second, Nuttall in third, and Olsen at the back in fourth place of the four runners. But they're all looking like they're in a strong position at the moment. Just trying to look for body language and see if anyone's feeling the pace a little bit, but they look rather strong. Stoyanov especially just looks like he's prowling there and maybe looking at taking a chance to go around the outside when it comes down towards that final lap. For Yaremchuk, as they head down that back straight in glorious sunshine in Bydgoszcz this afternoon after yesterday's rain and inclement weather. It's lovely to see the athletes running down the track with some bright sunshine on their backs. Those lucky enough to be in the stadium and watching on this race. But it's Yaremchuk, no change at all since the start. Stoyanov in second, Nuttall in third, and it's Olsen in fourth position. But there's about 5 minutes between them. You can throw a blanket over them as Yaremchuk comes in with around 500 metres of this men's 1500 metres T46 final to go. The man who took gold in 2016 in Grosseto, the reigning champion and world champion Stoyanov, sitting nicely in second place.
It's as you were at the bell. The positions haven't changed at all. Now the real race can begin. Yaremchuk for Russia leading them out. Stoyanov in second place for Bulgaria. The last two champions in this. Luke Nuttall's going quite well for Britain at the moment. And Olsen's fallen back. He's lost his best today. He's back in fourth spot. And now the battle for the medals is well underway, with Yaremchuk leading them out with 250 metres remaining. Stoyanov hasn't tried to pick his spot to go round just yet. They're accelerating past Nuttall, who's well in place for bronze now. But who's going to get the gold? Yaremchuk leading them out. Stoyanov in second place, and now Stoyanov trying to go wide as they enter the closing straight. But Yaremchuk, the 2016 champion, holding off the 2018 champion for now, and he's still holding them off. Stoyanov trying to get wide, but Yaremchuk is the final acceleration, and he will take the gold again. The 2016 champion is the 2020 champion now. Yaremchuk wins it, Stoyanov in second, Nuttall third, and Olsen will be fourth. Well, what a race in the championship record as well. 3:51.91 to beat the mark set 16 years ago in Espoo by Oleg Leschishin of Ukraine. It took a while for that race to suddenly get serious, but the pace was good throughout. That is only 1 second off Stoyanov's European record. So they were still going a great pace throughout. It was tactical, there's no doubt about that, but we saw in the Olympic men's 1500 metres how slow a tactical race can be. They were pacey throughout, and Olsen just got burnt off just past the bell. Then not all with 200 to go, but he had the bronze in the bag. From there it was between Yaremchuk and Stoyanov. Stoyanov always trying to make ground on the outside, but not quite managing it. There was no point in that race where he managed to get past Yaremchuk, who comes through and gets the win for Russia. Coached by Vyacheslav Sadovnikov, based in St. Petersburg, and gliding through for his second European 1500 metres para-athletics title. Stoyanov just couldn't quite make it. Gave it a good tilt. But I mean, 3:51 for 1500 metres is really decent. We have seen some of the amputee athletes compete on the IAAF circuit, European Team Championships and so on. 3:51.91, that's a nice time. Michael Roger maintaining his world record, 3:46 for Australia. We'll see him later in the summer in Tokyo 2020. So Alexander Yaremchuk, new championship record, 3:51.91. All four athletes were inside that old championship record. Stoyanov second, Nuttall third, and it's discus time.
F11 category. Lithuania's Oksana Dobrovolskala her fourth throw. Currently in third position. 29.93. She'll stay in third position, won't go any higher. 34.12. Championship record from Turikli of Turkey. Lifetime best for Elena Schauk as well of Russia, who's in second position. This is her, up for her fourth attempt. 33.05 with her first, 32 exactly with her second, a foul with her last. This her fourth attempt. Put the pressure. Championship record. Championship record that was Sophia Oxem set in Swansea 7 years ago. That one's nicely flighted. So already a lifetime best for the Russian. First major championship for her as well. Lifetime best before this, 27.97. So absolutely smashed that by around 6 meters. 33.12. She's improved it yet again. 1 meter exactly between her and Busranur Turikli as we head back to the long jump.
So Polly Mayton, 5.27, her season's best. Just 1 more centimetre, and she can leap above Stella Smaragdi. Bronze in the 100 and the long jump at the last Europeans in Berlin. Oh, used that board very well. Up around 5 meters. Silver in London 2012, which was a result to remember for her in front of those massive crowds, 40, 50,000 every night at the Olympic Stadium. Even if she goes up to 5.26, well, we'll go to Turkli first in the discus, and we'll update you on that mark very shortly.
Turikli in the lead in the F11-12 discus. Championship record of 34.12 with her first. This her fourth. (26 years of age). Fourth in Berlin back in 2018. Silver medal in 2016. Could she be heading for a gold? 32.67, so it hasn't improved, but still holds that championship record and is a metre in front of Schauk, who's in second place. Rose Walipa of France. Her penultimate throw. She's at the bottom of the pile at the moment. Needs something special. Well, you heard how much she put into it. Lives in Noumea in New Caledonia. Bronze medalist 3 years ago in Berlin, so she's got some work to do. Shot putter as well. No improvement, 26.88, so she has 1 left to try and improve from where she is. It is a season best though she's thrown so far. The women's 1500 metres T20 final. You may recognise that name there. Barbara Bydgoszcz Many people may be wondering what happened to Barbara Noviziel. Well, that is her. The Bydgoszcz twins are also going in this. Hannah Taunton of Great Britain, Dotto of Italy. This promises to be a very, very good race. Bydgoszcz, she's the Paralympic champion in this in 2012 and 16. She's the world, she's the European champion. Hannah Taunton, 5th in 2019. Aptly comes from Taunton in England, coached by Charlotte Fisher. Bernadette Bydgoszcz, bronze back in 2018. There she is. Zajcat. She's the reigning champion, reigning world champion, reigning Paralympic champion. And Dotto, lifetime best of 5:12. First major championship. The third of the Hungarians in this, Erika Karazici, 10th in 2019 at the Worlds. And from Ukraine, Danilina, who was bronze back in 2016 and silver in 2018. And Iona Bydgoszcz, the European champion from 2014, will head out from the inside.
On your mark.
So just under 4 laps. Can anyone beat the great Polish athlete, Bydgoszcz Zajcat? She has a very strong finish. The Bydgoszcz twins will be working together, and they're hoping they can do just that and usurp her from a position as Danilina of Ukraine, who's gone out first with Hannah Taunton on the outside. Just all bunched up at the moment. No real pace on here. As the sun blasts out in the early evening here in Bydgoszcz. Bydgoszcz Zajcat just on the inside there. The Bydgoszcz twins, as always, working together. As they head down past the finishing line and through those first 300 metres or so. Danilina leads, Hannah Taunton in second position. Bydgoszcz Zajcat just sitting on the inside there behind Danilina as the two Bydgoszcz's work away in 4th and 5th position. And on the outside, looking very, very comfortable, the Great Britain runner. Not stretching out too much, just finding herself there and knowing exactly what she has to do to stay up front. Bydgoszcz twins trailing there behind Taunton, Bydgoszcz Zajcat, and it's Danilina of Ukraine who's setting the pace out in front. So as they head down the straight, with a couple of laps left to go. It's Danilina who leads from Bydgoszcz Zajcat in second place.
Yeah, these athletes all know each other very well on the T20 circuit. Regularly they competed against each other for the last 10 years or so. Obviously the Bydgoszcz twins know each other better than anyone else. They've dropped their regular Hungarian teammate, Keresztesi, who's been a European Championship silver medalist in the past. Hannah Taunton, along with Dotto in her first major championship, hasn't medalled in a major championship before, but she's hanging on well in there. She was 5th in the 1500 metres championship in the Worlds in Dubai last March, and she runs on the IAAF circuit as well, in the able-bodied circuit, if you like. Look at that gap. Well, there's nobody going to interrupt the top 5, and Barbara Bydgoszcz Zajcat, who's dominated for so many years under a few different surnames, and going back to the original T20 circuit in the late 90s up to Sydney 2000, where she won gold in the 800 metres in that, and then obviously the T20s weren't part of the parasport family for about a decade. Well, she knows what it's like to battle against the Bydgoszcz twins so often. Bernadette, former world champion over 800. Ilona, former European champion. And the bell hasn't gone, but that is it. 400 metres to go.
It is the bell should have gone, but it didn't go. Oh, there it goes now. Anyway, we've heard the bell go. Danilina leads. It's Bydgoszcz Zajcac who's in second place. It's Ilona Bydgoszcz who's in third. Hannah Thornton there in fourth place. So what's happening now? It's Danilina who's led the whole way, but here comes the great Polish athlete in the T20 category, Bydgoszcz Zajcac. Formerly Barbara Noviciel, you may know that name. It's Danilina though who leads at the moment. What is going to happen at the end here? Bydgoszcz Zajcac has not been beaten for a very, very long time, especially in this event, which is her favourite. But it's Danilina who leads out in front. It's Bydgoszcz Zajcac in second place as they head down the home straight with around 50 metres or so to go. Danilina, she leads by a metre or so. Bydgoszcz Zajcac, can she catch her? She's trying to go down the inside. It looks like Danilina's going to hold on though. And it's Danilina of the Ukraine who's going to hold it. She is going to hold it. 4:43.64. And she beats off Poland's Barbara Bydgoszcz Zajcac. Or Danilina. You can hear the screams of joy. She led from start to finish. There's the screams. Ukraine have picked up another gold medal, this time in the women's T20 1500 metres. Well, she took 2016 silver in 2018. She's picked up gold in the delayed championships here in 2021.
Now, something interesting happened here because there was no bell, you'll remember, when the athletes came past. Now, this is the T20s, the intellectual category, and I think Barbara Bydgoszcz didn't know that was the last lap, running past the line, because there was no sprint for her in the closing straight. Danilina was going for it, but if we get a wide shot in the replay, Bydgoszcz keeps running well past the line. There was no bell as they passed.
Well, the bell did go, but the bell went.
Yeah,
you
Barbara keeps
there.
going.
Bell,
she looks around. She doesn't realise. If she realised, she'd have sprinted.
Exactly, the bell went when they were 100 metres past the line. You can see her there asking what's going on. Well, it's an upset. And you know what? We've seen this before, haven't we? We've seen protests and we've seen races be rerun. And you and I were together in Doha in 2015 at the World Championships when the 54 athletes were back at their hotel after a major pile-up and they had to come back to the track and re-race a 5,000 metre race again that evening. So we may well hear more about this. We haven't seen the end of this, I can tell you that.
Olinsky, it's his fifth attempt. He's got 10.88, his best so far. Wheelchair racers are getting ready for their T54 final. Solid throwing for the man currently in the lead. Season's best for him as well.
Dobra, ostatni. Pogrzebowy, jak mówią.
So Danilina takes the gold in the women's 1500 metres T20. Barbara Bydgoszcz Zajcac the silver for Poland. Ilona Bydgoszcz gets the bronze for Hungary. Bydgoszcz of Lithuania ready to throw in the women's discus. But just a quick point about that T20. In terms of the track, it is one of the attributes is that the athletes can't run tactically. And if you don't hear a bell, then I suspect there's a chance you don't know it's the last lap. Anyway, there'll be a lot of talk about that, especially from the Polish team, and I bet especially on Polish television right now. Bydgoszcz. In what is the dual category event, the F11, F12, complete visual impairment, alongside medium visual impairment. So she needs an extra 6 meters. This is going on points, by the way. 29.93 she's on, 679.763 points. Orysia Ilchina of Ukraine has clinched the bronze. She's already thrown in this last round. 2 throws to come. And 1 for Wrobel of Poland in the javelin in the F57. He's had 4 no throws, 26.02, he's in the lead. Just to update you on the women's long jump T47, there's been no change as we head into round 5. On the track now, the men's 1500 meters T54 final, the fastest of the wheelchair races. And this is always a lot of fun. Brent Lakatos, the world record holder for Canada, that in Knoxville, the home of Marcel Hug. He is, of course, in this. Plenty of major championship medals. 2 former European champions in this. But most of the medals contained by the athletes in this race are under the name of one man. So on the outside for Austria, the former world junior champion over 850 and 100 in 2017, Ludwig Malta. Inside him for France, the 4 times world champion bronze medalist, twice a silver medalist at European medal level, Julien Cassoli. On his inside, first major championship final for Armenia's Haik Abgalia. Inside him, man who won 7 medals at the European Championships in Grosseto. In 2016, 4 of them silver, Alexei Vichanov. Inside him, 7th in the 5,000 meters in the 2016 European Championships, Ebba Blichfeldt of Denmark. Inside him, a first track major championship for Danny Sidbury of Great Britain. Inside him, bronze in the 100 meters last night, the former European 400 and 800 champion, Vitaly Gritsenko. And inside him, the silver bullet, the 6-time European champion, 9-time world champion, Marcel Hug.
On your marks.
The final of the men's 1500 meters, T54. It's always competitive, no matter who's in this. Hug, Gritsenko, Sidney, Blichfeldt, Vichanov, Abgalian, Cassoli and Malta. And Marcel Hug hits the front immediately, and he is way out in front. Now, he'll do it tactically, so differently each time. We've seen major finals, even in the Paralympic Games, where he said, right, I'm going to shoot out, tries to burn off the rest, takes a lot of energy out of them, slows down and does it again. He's heading through with 3 laps to go, and he is well clear. European record, Richard Chiesaro, 2:52 in Knoxville, the same day that Brent Lakatos broke the world record. Nice advantage for Hug at the moment. Cassoli in 2nd spot. Twice a European silver medalist, twice a bronze medalist. And that silver last time out in Berlin came in the recent innovation of the universal relay. Hug looks comfortable, great advantage. 5 golds, remember, in the World Championships in Lyon in 2013. And he's looking for another golden haul here. Such a long wait he had for his first Paralympic title, but they came on the double, famously, gloriously, in the 800 and the marathon in Rio. So he's heading through for 2 laps to go. Good advantage for around 30 metres. It's Marcel Hug so far, all the way.
It's Marcel Hug, and it's the rest who are way back. You mentioned there what he's normally done is he's normally waited for them to catch up to him. But here, he looks like he's going to power on and get away as Castley in second position. He's doing his best to bring that group of athletes up towards, but it's just not happening for them. Daniel Sibry in there as well of Great Britain doing his best to try and get around the outside of Castley, but at the moment, the problem they've got is if they want to get around Castley, they're going to be creating more problems for themselves because Hug will be even further ahead by the time they get around the outside. Now, Hug's already lapping people as he comes down to take the bell with 1 lap to go. He's got out in front, he's got out quick, and he's going to take the last 400 metres with something big to try and catch him, but it isn't going to happen.
Hug gets the bell. And now here come the rest. It's Danny Sibry for Great Britain in second spot at the moment. He's managed to get up ahead of Alexei Bydgoszcz with all those silvers, including the 1500 metres in Grosseto 5 years ago now. But Hug is well clear. Sibry and Bydgoszcz, Castley is part of that group as well. There's no doubt about the winner. Now 2:51 is the world record. I'm pretty sure even Marcel Hug can't manage that from here, but the championship record, which has lasted 16 years, is surely going to go. That's 3:01. France, Niklas Bach of Switzerland back in 2005, and Marcel Hug is going to start his week with a goal. Can he break 3 minutes? Not quite, but the championship record is his, and Sibry looks like he's going to take second. He's up there. What a sprint in the end. Sibry does get the silver in the photo finish, ahead of Bydgoszcz, and Castley for me was in 4th. Well, Danny Sibry, who's previously been involved in the Championship World Marathon, which has generally been held in London, 33rd in that in 2015, but he's on the track here, he's taken his silver, and that is a great start to his track championship career. Bydgoszcz with the bronze, but Marcel Hug all the way, fabulously so. This is Haik Abgaryan of Armenia. It is really good to see such a large Armenian team here, and that's the bell for him. So he still has 400 meters to go. Marcel Hug already finished, and he just got in by a second inside that old championship record. And it was virtuoso. He hit the front from the gun, and he just kept on going. Sibry, good credit to him for a very good silver medal. Bydgoszcz in 3rd, Castley 4th. Abgaryan will keep going, and he will get the attention of the stadium, and rightly so. Well, it's reminiscent of one of those finals in London 2012 when we had, I think it was 5,000 metres final, and we still had one of the athletes who had a couple more laps to do once the race had been run. And what brilliant applause you'll remember he got for those finals. He's 43 now, turned 43 on St. Patrick's Day, 17th of March. Who can start his lap of honour soon, now a 7-time European champion. Abgaryan coming through to claim his spot in the final result. And he's got it. His work is done. And so is that of Marcel Hug. Or, to be frank, for the week, it's only just beginning. Gold in the 800, the 1500, the 500. 5,000 in Berlin 3 years ago, 3 goals in the last major championship in Dubai in the 2019 Worlds, again in the 15. So the reigning European and world champion has successfully defended his continental crown. And it was all about him away at the start, and I'm not sure if it was premeditated or if the thought just came to him 40 or 50 meters in that he'd already opened up a slight lead. The rest weren't challenging very much, so why not sail away from there, and he did. What a fine win for Marcel Hoog. And what a sprint this was then. Sidbury just holding off Bydgoszcz for his first major championship medal. Well, they'll be celebrating at Sutton and District AC and at Velocity Wheelchair Racing as well. He's been based in Almeria quite a bit. What a fine success for him. Hoog the gold for Switzerland, Sidbury the silver for Great Britain, and Bydgoszcz the bronze for Russia. Kasli 4th, Gritsenko 5th. Just a quick word in that women's long jump T47 that we have watched a lot of. Still no change. Still well out in front is Mogachaya, that brilliant 5.55 in the second round. Certainly setting up the foundation of a great success for her. That's a foul, but she will wrap up as champion. Nicole Rodamakina retiring after the 4th round, and Alexandra Mogachaya, the 2016 European champion, has done it again in 2021. Nicole Rodamakina gets the silver, and by equaling her lifetime best, just a few moments ago, Polly Mason has grabbed the bronze medal ahead of Stella Smaragdi of Greece. So the silver medalist last time out drops out of the medals this time, and Polly Mason gets bronze for the 2nd consecutive Europeans. But that was high standard. Angelina Lanza with 5 meters 18, the defending champion, finishing in 6th. That was a great competition. As we go to the javelin at 57.
Indeed we do. Final throw for Devilku of Turkey, who's in first position, 28.55 with his very first, all 6 at the same time. Well, 29.48 and a season best for the Turk.
Well, we've had such a thrill with the men's 1500 metres T54 final. The women are coming up next. And again, a whole series of major championship medalists are in that. So just about that long jump, Polly Mason going out to 5.28, equaling a lifetime best. She was 4 centimetres away from matching Rodamakina, and that would have meant a silver for her on countback. Labanov's in the javelin. .35.46, his 3rd round attempt, which has him in a very good place indeed. Well, Anna Dinsita and Igors Apinas have been regular medalists and gold medalists too for Latvia in the field events. time immemorial in para-athletics. That's why he's out in the lead. A sitting start, strapped in, and he can still get it out close to 40 meters. Okay. 35.82 is a new lifetime best. When you consider his lifetime best going into this was 5 centimeters away from 30 meters. He's broken his lifetime best with every single throw, and every throw has been longer than the next. So it's been 4 lifetime bests, one after the other. Even if he doesn't come away from here with the medal, and at the moment he's not looking too bad for it. Don't think he could have done much more.
So we had the men's, it's now the women's 1500 metres T54 final. 6 going in total. Alexandra Helbin there down the bottom of the screen. Looks as though Helbing might not actually be participating. We'll find out the reason for that a little later. Menya's there. Aegis is there. We know her also as Patricia Keller. Nikita Dembour, senior debut came in 2019. Catherine Brunner, who won the 100 metres gold last night, now tries to make it a double, winning the 1500 metres. And Melanie Woods of Great Britain from the Red Star Club in Glasgow go from the inside. She also went in the 100 metres last night. So
on your marks.
No Alexandra Helbling, who doesn't make it to the start line. So we have 5. And that's a shame because she is the reigning European champion over the 400 metres, and she does well in this distance as well. But as it is, it's Catherine de Bruyne who's jumped out to the front. She's never medalled, would you believe it, in the 1500 metres, has Catherine de Bruyne. 100 metre gold last night. Looking to try and add to that total now with a 1500 metres title. She's already jumped out to a length in front. We saw Marcel Hoog in the last race try to do something similar. So it's De Bruyne who leads as they go through the first 300 metres, and rounding them up at the back is the Dutch athlete Nikita Dembour, who won the 2020 London Marathon in her category. So she's certainly got staying power, but a little less distance in this one. So De Bruyne just has slightly moved out to the outside there. And Patricia Keller of Switzerland is also up front. There's the youngster who we saw in the 100 metres from Germany, Menya, 16 years old at her first major championship. She's a raw talent. And she'll refine those skills as she goes along, but there's certainly a massive future in front for her as she leads when they come down for 800 metres to go. It's Menya in front, and it's De Bruyne who's in second position at the present time. So Menya leads them around. De Bruyne is just sitting in there nicely in that position. Melanie Woods of Great Britain now up into third, and Just dropping off the back. It's Patricia Aegis with the Dutch boar just slipping in there to 4th place. So no real pace on. I'm sure that'll come around when we get to a last couple of 100 metres. Brunner now slipping up on the inside as Menya moves out to the right-hand side. So it's the Brunner of Switzerland. So we have a Swiss at the front and a Swiss at the back. The rest sandwiched in between. As they head down to take the belt. And we may, from there, see the pace go on. It's just quickened somewhat slightly now. Menya's moved down the outside. And the Brunner goes across. 400 metres left to go in this one. So the pace now all of a sudden quickens. Woods tries to get around the outside. She's going to be blocked there by Menya, so there's going to be work to do for the British youngster if she wants to get around there. That's the Brunner out in front. It's Den Boer of the Netherlands, who's now moved up into 2nd position, been biding her time all the way through there. Patricia Aegis as well up in 3rd, just off the wheel there of Den Boer, but it's Catherine de Brunner who's out in front, working those arms hard. Obviously a slightly longer effort than it was in the 100 metres. She'll be still tired from that though. She'll have to try and hold on as Den Boer looks to come up the inside. Is she going to be blocked out there? Moving down there is Patricia Aegis of Switzerland. So at the moment it's Swiss moving around the outside. It's Swiss in 3rd place but going backwards. But it's Patricia Aegis, Nee Keller, who's going to take the victory. She goes across Den Boer 2nd, De Brunner in 3rd. It's a Swiss 1-3 with the Dutch in between. 3:38.53. It was a slow pace from the beginning in the first couple of laps. But Patricia Aegis, her best in this event was bronze at the 2014 European Championships in Swansea. She locked off the pace for the first couple of laps. She bided the time well, and she's taken a gold medal. So the German youngster, Menya, when it got to the last 400 metres, she had to make weight. Den Boer looked like she was trying to get down the inside there at one point. That didn't work out. She had to move out wide. There is Menya. And De Brunner, who'd led for the first part of the race and then made weight, retook the lead down the inside. And this is when Den Boer just trying to slide through. And why those two were fighting it out. Patricia Aegis there in number 4 said, I'll take a piece of this, and went straight around the outside. Close at the end. Menya just missing out in 4th place. She picked up a silver last night in the 100 metres, so she won't be complaining too much. Great experience for the 16-year-old. But it's that lady there who's claimed her first title at the 1500 metres in the T54 at the European Championships. Formerly Patricia Keller, now Patricia Aegis. .338.53, she is the European champion. So Swiss, gold and bronze, and it's Dutch for the silver. Lifetime best for Melanie Woods of Great Britain, 3:43.61 for her. Alexandra Helbling, inexplicably, didn't start.
So Patricia Keller becomes Patricia Killer, a champion for the first time in a major championship. Good result for Bydgoszcz. So Kindly lying into the spot thanks to that opening throw of his 9.74 in this men's shot put F34. Coordination impairment, so normally the strongest of the 4 seated coordination impairment categories. the least impaired from the 31s to the 34s. Men's shot put F20, the intellectual category, Wojciech trying to get his way onto the mark, his first round attempt in this F20 final. Part of a huge Polish team of around 91 as they enjoy hosting a major para-athletics championship for the very first time. Started back in Assen in 2003 in the Netherlands, Espoo in Finland in 05, and then Stadkanaal, which is very close to Assen when it came back in 2012. The championships have been rested for a while, but they've kept on growing. And Wojciech hoping to get Poland way up the leaderboard here with his first attempt, though he doesn't seem the most satisfied with it, frankly. Kaidi's previous attempt that we saw in the shot put was a no throw, by the way. And Wojciech, 11.46, lifetime best, and he's 9th. And he's only just about half a metre away from the top 6. Kowal up now for Ukraine, having an excellent championships as usual. We've already had a championship record in this from Nikolaitis, who leads 15.78. And that now changes. Kowal overtakes a new championship record, 16 meters 12, and he goes into the gold medal position. So Stefanidis of Greece has a lot to live up to now. Well, already this opening round scintillating, giving us 2 championship records straight away. And Maxim Kowal holds the European record anyway, 17 meters 11. A solid attempt. That yellow line denoting 17.29 from London 2017, the World Championships, Mohammed Zayed Zulkifli of Malaysia. Kowal's only a metre away, almost exactly from his European record, with throw number 1. Stefanidis looking to get into the top 6, to get solidly in the middle of the pack, and he has done that. 14 meters 42 is only 19 centimeters off his lifetime best set this season, and he goes 5th. 3 Greeks in the top 5, the other 2 from Ukraine, and Jeremy eager as well in 6th spot. Lella from Italy. Suntalinante has been a prime shot put champion year on year for Italy in the visual impairment categories. She's a T11, but sometimes sharing the stage with the 12s. Well, when the Zawisza Bydgoszcz groundsman comes back next week from his summer holidays, he's going to be livid. An entire summer work coming. What have they done to my lovely pitch? 10 meters 08, and he is in 12th, and he was the 12th to throw. Still no fans allowed in sporting events anyway in Poland, so it's not a special decision that had been made just for here. They'd had fans in for the first few months of the extra class of season in the football. But then the COVID cases went up and the stadium shut to the public again. Kaidi. 10.51 he's gone out to with his 3rd attempt. Gaining ground in this version of the shot put. He's only 38 centimeters off Tomasz Paulinski. 10.88 our leader for Poland. And Poland I've had a great time of it so far. Para-athletics, or athletics full stop, that tends to be the story. So Kaidi to wrap up. His final attempt. Well, he put a huge amount into that. Well, I make this his major championship debut. They found another gem of an athlete. So 10.88 his target, and 10.88 would do it to get into the gold medal position. 10.86, 2 centimeters off that. He stays in the silver medal position, and he has no further right to reply. 10.88 would have gone level with Paralympic, but put him top and count back. Bydgoszcz next in the F20. And look at that smattering of yellow and blue at the top. Top 7. Greece, Ukraine or Sweden. Bydgoszcz trying to put a bit of red and white up there. So 11.61, his best to date.
And a lifetime best at that. So can he improve on that with his second? He's certainly got plenty of work to do if he wants to get up near those medals. Peter Bydgoszcz. Certainly right, that ground has taken a battering. I blame the rain yesterday. Almost looks like a sand pit at the moment. It's not going to get any better over the coming days either. 11.32, so no improvement for Bydgoszcz. Greece's Senikidis. Well, that's looked rather long. 15.31 with his first. Currently in 4th position. Well, 15.43 has improved, but he remains in 4th position. He's still 25 centimetres adrift of 3rd place. Zhelossi of Hungary. Season best for him with his opener of 13.39. Lifetime best of 13.66. Won't be improving though. Foul on this occasion. Well, Yurovyi's ready to go. The Ukrainian. You don't need me to speak. He can tell you everything. Fifth in the World Championships 2 years ago. Currently 3rd in this. And that's a decent enough throw. Decent indeed. 17.29. That world record mark. And that looks rather big. 16:48 for Europie. It puts him up into first place, and it's also a championship record. Well, we heard the effort that went into the last one. What's Nicolaides got? The Greek in third.
Next up, who is scored for a F51 final.
Przed nami finał rzutu haczową pań w klasie F51.
16:12 is Koval, who's in
Representing Ukraine.
second position. 16:60. So he has now taken a championship record himself. For Nicolaides, who's moved into first position, well, isn't this some sort of competition? Lifetime best season, best championship records, it's got it all. Walshak wants more. He's seen what's gone ahead of him. Lifetime best with his first of 11:46. Championship record's been broken 3 times by 3 different people.
The race up to the men's shot put at 20 event.
The man who did hold it, Jeffrey Eager, is in the field as well. Here's Koval, down to third. That's huge as well.
In the opening round, 16-12. He's just thrown his second round.
I w konkursie 5 górą w klasie F20 prowadzi.
Well, he gave a nod of the head, but it looked pretty good. 16:48 for Koval, so that in turn puts him up into second. Yo-yos all round. As we head back to Trickley at the discus.
Well, she's been hovering around the medals all day. This complete visual impairment category. That's a very, very solid effort. Now that is one of the best of the day. 33:14, a lifetime best set this year. And I wonder how close that is to it. Well, 34:12, that championship record in the first round has one of the gold. A new lifetime best for her as well. A new championship record. Elena Stack with a PB in second for Russia, and Orsia Ilchina, the bronze for Ukraine. Rose Walepa was fourth, and Dubrovskaya was disqualified. Alexandra Mogachaya takes the gold for Russia in the women's long jump T47. Nicole Rodomankina the silver for Russia, and Polly Mayton by a single centimetre. Lifetime best edges out Stella Smaragdi. And Björk Noremark in her first major championship was only 2 centimetres outside the medals. Messonnier in the men's shot put F20, which is really heating up.
Indeed it is. He won't be up there in those top 3 though. But I'm certainly enjoying all the effort which is being put into it. and the height they're coming down from, may well lose one of them into the turf in a moment or two's time. Sonnier then, 12.82, he does improve by a good distance. 49 centimetres he's improved, but he stays in 8th. So Jeffrey Eager. Foul with his first. Seconds, I should say. 13.44 with his first, has his 6th. Not happy with it. He held the championship record coming into this, a 15.49 set in Swansea back 7 years ago. It's been battered. 3 times it's been broken in this event alone. Megales of Portugal. Lifetime best set this year of 11.24, which he smashed today. $10.95, ducks under 11 for the first time, stays in 10th. Lifetime best of 11.53. Bydgoszcz of Poland. Bydgoszcz smashed his lifetime best as well, which was 10.56 coming into this. Also set this season. But it's a different class up the other end of the table. As we go back to Waliko, his 4th attempt in the seeded men's javelin throw, F57. All 3 so far have been fouls. That, though, will be a mark. No, it won't.
Oops.
Just
Okay.
when you think he's got one, he's fouled from his position. So the inquest goes on.
Cruel, isn't it?
4 throws, 4 fouls.
It's obviously lifting something, I guess, when he's throwing.
In these seated positions, the legs can't move to help them in any way. To give them the extra torque and momentum. So, his 5th attempt.
Come on.
Well, there's nothing the matter with that, actually hitting the ground, but he's been fouled again. I once saw a cricket player who was fouled no ball by an umpire, playing for Sri Lanka, Mataya Murugan. It was no ball by Daryl Hare, and they wondered why. It was because of his action. And he had to go away and change his action and come back and fix it. And that seems to be what's happening here. Is the official is fouling him each time for his legs. Somehow helping
Tough
him
luck,
out.
you say?
Well, these type of things sometimes it's subjective. So someone else may think that it's not a problem. But the officials, to the letter of the law, they're applying it.
But if you see, there's a bit of a discussion between officials here about this. So he's obviously had a word,
It was measured.
and perhaps at least one official is
Every
in agreement.
attempt was measured, but you...
Now, they're just saying it was measured.
So I can't make it
He's saying, you say there, he's lifted his buttock. So he's lifted his backside as he's thrown. And that's why they're saying the the throw doesn't count. So they're saying
That is the rule.
where you can see where the strap comes over there, you're saying just behind it, he's lifting as he throws. So he has to somehow try and keep that down. So there's nothing the matter with the way the javelin is landing, but he's been given a red again. So all 6 throws have been fouled for Marcin Veliko. And you have
That's
to
really
feel for
unfortunate.
him. You have to feel for him. So Veliko, I don't think I've ever seen that before. 6 attempts and 6 fouls. You see him sitting down in the background over there. I don't suspect he'll be too pleased with that. But technique issues can be sorted out.
So time for the Jason Smith event. He's not here, so someone else will win the men's 100 meters T13. World record holder, European record holder, championship record holder, and all the golds. Never been beaten. So who will succeed him this time in Paralympic year? We've got 4 European, World and Paralympic champion in this, 5 big-time medalists out of the 8. And the first of them is right here. The 400 meters bronze medalist from the 2014 European Championships in Swansea, from Azerbaijan, Elmir Jabrailov. And when Smith won in the 100 meters, Jabrailov finished just outside the medals in 4th. So Jabrailov is in 1. In lane 2 for Russia, first major championship from Chelyabinsk, Igor Gostinsky. In lane 3 for Norway, 7th in the 100 metres in the last European Championships, Vegard Dragsund. In lane 4 for Great Britain, silver in the long jump in the last Europeans in Berlin, Zach Skinner. In lane 5, in the 200 metres in the 2016 Euros, Axel Zorzi. In lane 6 for Switzerland. A 5 times European medalist, Philip Handler. None of them gold. That could change today. In lane 7, the former European, World and Paralympic champion for Russia, Alexei Labzin. And in lane 8, for Turkey, silver in the 100, bronze in the 400 in the last Europeans in Berlin, Hakan Sierra.
On your marks.
So Jabrailov in 1, Gostinsky in 2, Dragsund in 3, Skinner in 4, Zorzi in 5, Handler in 6, Labzin in 7, Hakan Sierra in lane 8. The final of the men's 100 metres T13. Seven of these men have lifetime bests within 0.3 of each other.
Lane 8, left hand. Lane 8, left hand.
Hakan Sierra
Lane 7, hands from line.
getting back behind the line. Jabrailov, Gostinsky, Dragsund, Skinner, Zorzi, Handler, Labzin, Sierra in the men's 100 metres. And away first time. Very good start by Dragsund in 3. And Skinner in 4 is coming up. Skinner and Zorzi in 4 and 5. It's Zach Skinner on the way. And Skinner takes gold for Great Britain. 11.14. Zorzi in 2nd place. And a man who was spotted for his speed while playing schools rugby is a European para-athletics champion. 11.10 is a lifetime best. Axel Zorzi, come on, gets the silver, and Handler the bronze. Handler's 6th European medal. Zach Skinner, great win, great champion, and he just about did skin the rest. sporting excellence runs in the family. Tremendous result, fabulous fortitude, and he would just not say no. He had to fight for that all the way with Zorzi. He started well, so too did the Frenchman. Zorzi has never before won a major championship medal. He's a jobbing actor as well. He's hit the stage excellently. But it's Zach Skinner to take the bow. What a finish! He dipped in time. He dipped earlier. Zorzi only came to that late. And Zorzi just misses out. Well, Skinner got that absolutely right. And if he toes the line in Tokyo at the Paralympic Games alongside Jason Smith, he'll do it as the reigning Europe champion. Wow, that was an ace win. 11.10. And Great Britain get the gold. Zorzi has been on the international scene since 2016, gets a medal for... And Philip Handler, this might have been his best ever shot at gold, with Zorzi the silver and Zach Skinner of Great Britain, the European champion. Oh, that was scintillating. Zach Skinner's really made a name for himself here. He's shown really good promise. He'd not made the final in the 2017 Worlds, his major championship debut in London. With more than that here. Men's
Well,
shot
that looks
put
like some
F20.
That looks like some throw indeed. Robbie. He's enjoyable to watch, isn't he? That is way out there. Well, 16.77. Another championship record, and Europe now goes back to the top. Swings and roundabouts everywhere. That's 4 times I count that championship record's been broken today. Records weren't meant to last long.
That's turning into a really hot competition.
Let's hope this does. The javelin thrower 57. So all these running concurrently at the moment. Badari with his first, he's the 6th of the athletes to go.
Your thigh should touch it.
We're 6 with marks.
You can break, it's prohibited.
Although Walika,
You must sit more there. I can only help you like
so it looks like he's been fouled here as well. So this official
You are responsible for the position.
is certainly proving consistent.
It's better, but... It's better, but not perfect.
Ah.
We have to stop for a minute because there is presentation for the runs. Drop.
The men's shot put F34, that doesn't stop. There's Malik of Russia in 3rd position. His 2nd throw lifetime best of 10.50. Well, he's improved again. 10.75. He's added another 25 centimetres to his lifetime best. The men's 1 metres T36 final is coming up. World record held by Australia's James Turner and Evgeny Shvetsov, who's in this holds the European and Championship record. Championship record set back in 2012, the European record in Lyon in 2013. So 8 set to go. A stacked field indeed. Greece's Anastasios Kotropoulos. Long jump is his main event. Marion Petria disqualified in this one back in 2018, 4th in 2016 at the Europeans. The Paralympic Games champion in long jump, 100, 200 and 400. Roman Pavlik, silver in this in 2018. Krzysztof Szuska, who took bronze in 2018, gold in the 2, the 4. And here he is, Evgeny Shvetsov. 13 individual goals in the Paralympic Games, World Championships and European Championships. Back in action here, lifetime best of 11.90. That European record set in Lyon in 2013. Alexander Litvinenko of Ukraine, gold in the long jump in 2018. Great Britain's Javon Parks, 24 years of age, he was 5th in 2018. In the 100 and the 200. And rounding off the field, Protonotarius of Greece, 6th in 2018, races out the Hellenic Impaired Sporting Organisation.
On your marks.
So Petropoulos in 1, Petra in 2, Pavlik in 3, Szuska in 4, Shvetsov in 5, Litvinenko in 6, Parks in 7, and Protonotarius goes closest to your camera screen in lane 8.
Set.
And they get away well as well. And out wide is Javon Parks of Great Britain, who's got away extremely well, but further on the inside it's Roman Pavlik. They're coming through the middle and Shvetsov in front, Pavlik in second, but Szuska's going to get the second position. 12.30 seconds is the time, so well outside his own European record and championship record. 12.26 for Shvetsov. Szuska came through and took over Pavlik for second position. And a race on there for third. Javon Parks of Great Britain also in amongst it. But it's that man there, Evgeny Shvetsov. Pavlik has snuck it in 12.70, the Ukraine, to pick up the bronze medal in third place. But that man there, he's now got 14 individual gold medals across Europeans, Worlds and Paralympic Games. But Javon Parks of Great Britain, he got out to a very quick start indeed, as did Pavlik in lane 3. But Evgeny Shvetsov in that middle part of the 100 metres just bursted through as he does. Szuska did ever so well to pitch one over Pavlik on the line, and Javon Parks just misses out on a bronze medal for Great Britain. Shvetsov streaming through to take the win. Fist pump over the line. Szuska picks up the silver. There it is. Russia, Poland and Ukraine in that order. .12.26 for Shvetsov, another gold medal for him. Back to the field.
Yes, the action keeps coming thick and fast. This is the men's long jump T12. It is medium visual impairment of the 3 categories. And Tobias Jonsson, a regular medalist from Sweden, a fabulous jumping nation, be it long jump, high jump. Norway, Salam Agesi, Kashafali. They've got a really great program going in all kinds of athletics right now. Norway, Alexei Dunin of Russia, lifetime best of 650. Next up for Azerbaijan, Saeed Najaf Sadi. A guide can be used here, Olof Ryberg of Sweden next up, the second Swede in the competition. Marcel Bydgoszcz of Germany, 6:40, his lifetime best. And now, the two men who will be expected for the gold, Sergei Bydgoszcz of Belarus and Juan Martinez of Spain. We've seen a brilliant long jump competition already in the women, and the men could give us something special as well. And some of those women in the T47 are back out later in the 200 meters. Busy schedule. Haidari has had
here we
two
go.
misses.
Having said that, though, we had 8 fouls in a row because the French athlete before that with 6, Haidari with 2, and he's got a mark 37.35, which puts him in first place. So Waliko before him with 6 fouls, Haidari with 2. On his third, he's satisfied the judges, and he's in first place. This is 4th. Championship record with his first. .43.49, even better for Haidari, the man from Azerbaijan. European record to go with that championship record, which he's increased on. That was huge. That's not far off the mark either. The F57 record was set by Marcel Bydgoszcz. That one there ruled a foul. But 37.05, that championship record, was back in Berlin 3 years ago. 4 years ago, the year before that, he set the European record. Both of those have gone. Both of those have been taken by Hamid Haidari of Azerbaijan. Despite the fact, out of his 5 throws, 3 of those have been fouls. The championship record went with his 3rd throw. He then smashed that and the European record with his 4th. The 6th has been given a red as well. It doesn't matter, because 2 out of those 6 have counted, and 2 of those have been fantastic and put him well into first pace. 7 meters clear of Labanovs, who's in 2nd, the Latvian. And he, threw a lifetime best himself. Season bests for 3rd and 4th to date as well, and Devilka and Petrus respectively. But it's Haidari who leads the F57 men's javelin throw final.
Another of athletics' prime champions comes up now. The final of the women's 100 meters T38. The woman with all the records, all the current titles, is in this final. Sophie Hahn, one of 3 British athletes, alongside Olivia Brain and Ali Smith. Luca Eckler is now winning many medals too in recent major championships. Well, the athletes in lanes 1 and 2 are enjoying their first major championship.
Next up, the women's 100 meters T38.
16 years old in lane 1 for Poland, Ingrid Ryneczka. Surely she will not forget this week, one way or another. She's on the big stage now. So too from Espoo, the 18-year-old of Finland, Vilmaberg. She's in lane 2. In 3 for Great Britain, relay European gold medalist and the former world long jump champion, Olivia Breen. In lane 4 for Hungary, the reigning European long jump champion and world long jump champion, silver in the 1 and the 2 in Dubai in the last was Luca Eckler. In lane 5 for Great Britain, the reigning European, Commonwealth, World, Paralympic champion, Sophie Hahn. In lane 6, the former European champion, the reigning 400 meters world champion, Margarita Goncharova for Russia. In lane 7 for Great Britain, silver in the 400 meters, the last Europeans in Berlin, Ali Smith. And in lane 8 for Germany, the reigning European 400 meters champion from Berlin in 2018, Lindy Alve.
On your marks.
Silver in the 1, the 2 and the long jump in 2018. So Ryneczka in 1, Berg in 2, Breen in 3, Eckler 4, Hahn 5, Goncharova 6, Smith 7, Lindy Alve in lane 8, Sophie Hahn going for her 6th European title. The final of the women's 100 meters, T38.
Set.
And away first time. And what a fine start by Sophie Hahn and by Olivia Breen as well. Breen are going to bag a medal or 2 here, but it's Hahn as well, Claire. European champion for a 6th time, 12:61. Eckler gets the silver. Breen pushing up close to the bronze, but there's no doubt about the gold. Again, Sophie Hahn, 12:58. Eckler with a lifetime best gets the silver, and Goncharova edged out Breen for the bronze. Back on the podium again. But Sophie Hahn is always on the top step. The perennial champion, no matter how big the venue, no matter how big the championship, she's the woman for the occasion. Olivia Breen got off to a fabulous start, but was just ground down towards the end. Hahn, that smooth running style. Luca Eckler brilliantly in second. And Goncharova just edging out Breen, and just edging out Breen for the bronze. Wonderful style that Hahn has. Coordination impairment it is. 12:58, the world record, hers, remember, 12:38 from Dubai in the last Worlds, and she is the champion again. And make that 15 major championship golds she's got now. And Sophie Hahn has done it again.
I'm going to go back, work hard, and see what happens. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Short and sweet, just like the race. And Tokyo, well in her sights again. The champion she was in Rio. Let's see who's going to be the champion in this F64 javelin. Will it be Giacomakis?
Well, his 3rd throw. The field events keep on coming thick and fast. F57 also going on as this event goes on as well for the F64. Loads of action. Well, the man is in 3rd position. Jonas Budus. places ahead of the man he just threw. Yakamakis. 49.45, his best so far with his opener. That is towing the line to the extreme. Couldn't have got any closer there. Good Jonas Unis of Lithuania. Gold medalist back in 2014. Silver in 2016. Fourth in 2018. He's now 51.04. He's up into the silver medal position. Igor Brunner of Slovakia. There's confirmation of Sophie Hahn with the victory in the women's 100 metres T38. Ekler with a lifetime best, and Goncharova also with a lifetime best, as well as Olivia Green, who missed out by 2/100ths of a second. Men's shot put F20. So Stefanidis, who's in 5th position. Yurovny leads. We've seen about 4 championship records already in this, so nothing would surprise me. Poor old Jeffrey Eager, who held it coming into it, is in 6th position, and that had been there 7 years. Stefanidis a lifetime best of 15.50. That doesn't improve on it, so he remains in 5th position. Over the 15-metre mark, but still no improvement. As we head towards the big hitters again, Xenakidis of Greece with his 5th throw out of 6. Well, that's big as well. 15.68 was his best so far, his 3rd. Won this with a gold medal in 2016 in Grosseto, his 4th in Berlin 3 years ago. He remains in 4th position at the moment. This man in 3rd, Koval of Ukraine. $16.48 is best. Well, that's long. Did he go out? He extends a circle though. That's way out there. Maxim Koval. Reigning European champion. Well, 16.62, it was way out there. Season best for him. Into 2nd. As we head back to the track and the men's 400 metres T38 final. Well, it's a Brit who holds the European record in this, and there are 3 British athletes who are going. Burrows, Thompson and Patterson. Evenly spread out across the track. Augustus Vatasius of Lithuania will head out on the far outside lane in lane 8. Lifetime best of 101.25, so expect him to be gobbled up very quickly in the opening 100 metres or so. Ross Patterson, who was silver in Berlin 3 years ago, will go from lane 7. His season best, also his lifetime best, 56.13. Belarus's Alexander Panku, who is 6th in 2013 in the World Championships and 6th in the 2015 World Championships as well. Alexander Thompson, lifetime best of 54.91. He's going to need to do something special in this one. The man from Hamilton in Scotland, 19 years of age. Anton Bydgoszcz, 5th in Dubai in 2019 in the World. And Sean Burrows, the 3rd of the British athletes, who was a bronze medalist in 2015 in Doha in the heat, looking to become a European champion. And Skal Knudsen of Norway, 15 years of age. Can't you just tell the enthusiasm on his face? First major championships for the young Norwegian. So it's Knudsen in 2, Burrows in 3, Bydgoszcz in 4, Thompson in 5, Panku in 6, Patterson in 7, and Vitatis, who goes from lane 8. All 7 get away at the first time of asking, and getting out well is Ross Patterson in lane 7. He's gone straight past Titus, as I said he would in that opening 100 metres. He's also been followed well on the inside in lane 5 by Alex Thompson, and the 3rd of the Brits, Sean Burrows, is somewhat stuck back there. So as they come around, it's the Russian athlete Bydgoszcz who now has the lead with 200 metres to go. He's really stretching out, is the man from Russia. On the outside there, it is Patterson who's trying to push his way up. This is, of course, the T38 coordination impairment category, so expect when they come into the last 100 metres to really start to tighten up. But there's no tightening up at the moment from Bydgoszcz, who was 5th back in 2019, because he's heading on his way to a gold medal. And on the inside of him is Sean Burrows, who looks like he's going to hold on for silver. Bydgoszcz, Burrows, and then coming through in lane 5. It's another Brit in Alex Thompson, his first major championship, the man from Scotland. So it's Russia 1, Great Britain 2nd and 3rd. Championship record for Bydgoszcz as well, 51.70 seconds, and lifetime best for both Burrows and Thompson. You just saw the athletes tightening up as they came into that last 100 metres, this coordination impairment category. It can be quite difficult for them. The body tightens, you lose your spasticity, and all of a sudden, you're not standing upright. But that was a decent race indeed, as attested to by the time there of the man who's won Bydgoszcz, a championship record for him. Medals for Great Britain in silver and bronze. But it was that back straight where Bydgoszcz really started to pump those arms and worked around that corner. You can see a few of the athletes starting to tighten up. 52.66 was his lifetime best coming into this. And he never looked like tightening up too much as he came down that last 50 or so metres. They were well spread out. Patterson picked up 4th position. So a good day at the office for the British athletes. An even better one, though, for Bydgoszcz. Anton Bydgoszcz with a championship record of 51.70. Lifetime best for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 6th. But it's Burrows with a silver and Thompson with a bronze for Great Britain, as Patterson just misses out.
Sometime best for all 3 British athletes in that final, as they took up 3 of the top 4 places, but not the top spot on the podium. It continues to bubble up in the men's shot put F20. Kowal lying in second place. We're in the 16.62 is best. That's heading closer towards that world record mark of 7. Kowal is 15 centimeters off the latest champ record. The fourth man to break it today is Ukraine teammate Alexander Yarovi. 16.77 is target. Yarovi will not throw again in the competition, and Kowal will not beat him. 16.62, and it's currently silver for him, and maybe bronze. There's one more throw to go. It's Efstratios Nikolaidis of Greece. Greece in third, fourth, and fifth. Nikolaidis, Senekidis, and Stefanidis. 16 meters 60 in round 2 for Nikolaidis. He is 17 centimeters away from goal. Can he get between or beyond the two Ukrainian throwers? 3 no throws in a row. That'll mean nothing if he can succeed majorly with this. But I think he's out of the sector, and it was a great throw. But the balance was going. And that's the end of that. Yarovi is the European champion, and Nikolaidis, oh, that was heading out towards 17 meters. He just put too much into each of those 4 throws. And Yarovi, who didn't throw in round 5, probably will throw in round 6, doesn't need to. He's the champion, 16 meters 77, and a championship record. He gets the goal. Ukraine 1-2, Greece taking the next 3 spots. A thrilling competition. Yarovi, 16.77, a new championship record. Kowal the silver, Nikolaidis the bronze. Ukraine with the top 2, then Greece, 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 and a lot of lifetime best too. And Jeffrey Eager, a regular medalist, down in 6th this time. Excellent competition. And as we say, it is unfortunate that the stadium isn't open to the public, but that's been the way in Polish sport since October. They had really big crowds towards the end of the Polish football season last season, in the Ekstraklasa in 2020. The club throw continues. Obviously. A major effort. His second attempt, and that puts him into a strong position. Golova.
Only 2 in this, so it doesn't take too long. If you were listening this morning or watching this morning, you may have seen 3 hours for the club throw. This one, remarkably shorter. Golova takes it 22.80, and Ovsi of Ukraine 22.15. So only 2 going, close indeed.
The final of the women's 400 meters, T12. The great Amara Duran, the world record holder in this. This is very open. Only one medalist among the four. It's Marcia Arujo of Portugal in 7 with her guide Vera Lucia Lopez, 5th in the 100 and the 200 at the last Europeans in Berlin. In lane 5, the former European 400 metres champion for Spain, Melanie Bydgoszcz, and her guide Jaime Del Rio. In lane 3 for Turkey, 4th in the 200 metres in the last Europeans 3 years ago, Sevda Kilincu, 4th in the 1500 metres final last night. And in lane 1 for Finland, her first major championship, she's into the final, Ida Lunela. Bydgoszcz, silver in the 2017 Worlds in London. Reigning European champion at the time, silvers in the 100 and the 200 in Berlin. Can she regain her title? Kilinc so close to glory last night. Lunela in 1, Kilinc in 3, Bydgoszcz in 5, Arujo in 7. The final of the women's 400 metres, T12. Away first time, 3 of them going with guides, the other, Lunela, not. Medium visual impairment of the 3 categories. Bydgoszcz, solid start. So too, Sevda Kilinc, who had done so well last night in the 1500 metres final, who was just edged out in 4th place. But look at her go in this in the 400. The shorter distances are more of her liking, and she's storming away. Bydgoszcz also moving up well, has probably overtaken Arujo by the time they straightened up. Kilinc of Turkey, who's never won a major championship medal before, but she's looking really good to be European champion now. Bydgoszcz behind in 2nd place, Arujo in 3rd, Lunela still can fight back for 3rd spot here, but Sevda Kilinc, Kirikover out in front, she's going to take the goal. Alongside Okan Yilmaz, she's done it, a minute point on 4. Bydgoszcz in 2nd place, what a battle from down, and the Finn's going to take it! Ida Lunela, the 17-year-old in a championship debut, wins the bronze. But Sevda's got the gold for Turkey, her first major championship medal. And Bydgoszcz denied her 2nd European crown. Marcia Arujo of Portugal run out into 4th place. And Lunela now will be aware of how well she's done. Well, Sevda Kilinc was strongly out and away. And Bydgoszcz, by the final turn, into the closing straight, was not in a position to respond. Found herself well back. The only thing to get right after that was the guide to withdraw and allow Kilinc over the line first. And it's gold medals for the 2 of them. That is teamwork. That is gold for Turkey. But what a battle for the bronze. And Ida Lunela could not have known how close Arujo was. And Arujo just denied. Kilinc the gold for Turkey. Melanie Bydgoszcz the silver for Spain. And Ida Lunela the bronze for Finland. What a debut.
Back to the long jump
of Sweden.
Men's T12. Rydberg in 7th position. Well, 6.19 was his first. That looks a lot better. Medium visual impairment category.
He is from an ace athletic city in Gothenburg that's hosted a Worlds and a Europeans in the IAAF circuit in recent years, and a European indoors as well in the Scandinavium. been a gold ball world championship quarter-finalist in 2018 with the Swedish national team. He and Jonsson trying to make a big impact in this. Just to bring you up to date with the standings, Said Najalzadeh of Azerbaijan leads this, 697. Went out to 693 in this second round. Sergei Bydgoszcz of Belarus, 6 meters 66, the reigning European champion. It's not that far down. And Tobias Jonsson, the other Swede in this competition, is the leading Swede on 6 meters 40. That's the 1, 2, 3 for now. For Germany, Bydgoszcz didn't waste any time with that. Rydberg's mark has not come up, but he was obviously given the okay to go. And no jump in the opening round. We just went for it here. Perfectly on the chalk. And again, they measure from the final tip on the chalk to the first tip in the sand. .640 is his lifetime best. And
well, Rydberg's mark still hasn't come up on the system. So Rydberg's mark hasn't come up. Bydgoszcz's not even scheduled on the system at the moment.
Bydgoszcz is ready to go now. But we've had two men who've jumped. Their results haven't come up yet. Well, I suppose so long as they can write down the results with a pen and paper, that's fine. But in terms of the electronics, nothing's come through yet. Bydgoszcz has won golds in the last 3 major championships. His coach these days, Igor Fartanov, won this long jump when the European Paralympics Championships were revived in 2012 in the Netherlands. Rydberg has come up as 6'18", so he stays in 7th place. Well, it's come up for us as 6'18", even if he doesn't know it himself yet. Well, from somewhere, Bydgoszcz got the thumbs up to start running, or at least he thought he did. He might actually get a free go here.
Well, we have to also remember that visually impaired category, he may not have been given a signal that he saw and thought it was time to go.
Yeah, it's come up as 6:01 for Bydgoszcz, so he's in 9th place at the moment. He is just outside the top 8 and a chance to go all the way through in the top 6. So Bydgoszcz going now for Belarus. The defending champion is 31 centimeters behind the leader, Najalzadeh. Najalzadeh is a 7-meter man, 7:04 this season. Lifetime best. Bydgoszcz in his career 7:11, hasn't broken 7 meters this season. He might have now. Matthias Schroeder is the world record holder, 7:47. And that lifetime best for Bydgoszcz is the championship record in which he won this title in Berlin 3 years ago.
Next up, the men's 100 meters T64.
How close can he get to Najaf Zadi? Technique was good, looks an improved effort, and it is 681. He stays in second place though.
Time to head back to the track. The men's 100 meters T64 final. Looks as if we may be missing someone there from lane 2. Malakopoulos was down. Demarino, lane 1, is the partner of Ayala Didai, who we've seen run already. So no Malakopoulos. Simone Managrasso of Italy will go in lane 3. Bronze back in 2018. Alberto Villa-Gamordo of Spain. You mentioned an actor earlier. He's also an actor as well. 5th in 2018 for the Spaniard. Olivia Hendricks, 17 years of age. He was silver in the 400 metres back in 2019. And Mikel Saitis. World Championships in 2017. The 400 metres he took. Levi Vlut, who was bronze in the Universal Relay in 2018. And on the outside, the third of the Italians, Riccardo Catili. Lifetime best of 12.18. So a mix of T44s, T62s and T64s in this race. So those competing with a prosthesis on a lower limb and also without a prosthesis in this category. So Stylianos Malakopoulos, who competed in the long jump yesterday, he was the man who broke his blade. Hence the reason he's not racing in this, I suggest.
Set. Please.
Well, there's a break there. I can tell you now, Mikel Saitis, this won't be good news if they go on consistency of what we saw yesterday. So Saitis, as I said, if they're consistent, he'll be showing the red card. I think he knows that deep down.
Lane 6, DQ by false start.
You heard that there. So a red card for Mikel Saitis of Greece.
On your marks.
And then there were 6. So a disappointed Saitis has to look on.
Set.
This time they get away with no problems at all, and all the way rather quickly indeed. It's Managrasso, who looks like he's pulled up. He has Managrasso when he was in good position. That's the 17-year-old Olivia Hendricks. Hendricks has gone across the line at 11.40 seconds. Well, that was quick by the youngster. 17 years of age. He was silver in the 400 back in 2019. There is Managrasso, who has started well, but he pulled up midway down. A thigh injury by the looks of it. He's pulled a quadricep perhaps. Catili in third place with a lifetime best, but it was Hendricks, 17 years of age, for the Netherlands, who picks up the gold medal rounded up to 11.41. We were due to start with 8. We started with 7. We then went down to 6 when Saitis was disqualified. But Hendricks, it looked like it was going to be a race in 2 between him and Managrasso. Managrasso pulled up. He's being helped now on the track. Always sad to see when there's an injury that rules someone out, especially when he was in such a good position. But he just pulled up, and you could tell straight away it was somewhere at the top of his upper thigh, perhaps a hip flexor. Always painful, those type of injuries, whether it's the groin, hip flexor, or the top of your quad. We wish him all the best, because those do hurt. But the Dutch are celebrating, the Greek are commiserating, because Saitis, well, he missed out altogether. It was a Dutch 1-2, Vloot in a time of 11.86. And the photos there on the left-hand side. A lifetime best for Italy's Riccardo Catili. But there's the start from Managrasso. He looked good over in lane 3. Hendricks powering through the middle. He just goes there, Managrasso, when it was a race in 2 between him and Hendricks. And that allowed Vloot to come through. And Catili, the third of the Italians in this race, ends up taking the bronze medal. But yeah, you can see just at the top of his thigh muscle, Managrasso goes down. Disappointment for the man who took bronze in 2018. He was looking good for a gold or a silver, but that man has taken the gold from the Netherlands, 17 years of age. He's a European champion. You can see how close it was for the silver medal spot between Vloot and Catili. Netherlands in first and second. As Managrasso has been helped from the track. And that will be the end, surely, of his championships as we head back to the men's javelin throw F64.
It is Spudis for Lithuania. 6th and final round, 51.04, looking to gain 1.3 meters to overtake Novak of Ukraine. This F64 final has been an impressive standard. European record for Igor Brunner of Slovakia, that in the F64 category. So, Spudis going for gold here. Looking to overtake. He's managed to stay behind the line. I'm not quite sure that's enough, and I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. And that would mean another gold for Ukraine. He only had the one throw over 50 meters. Same with Novak, that 47.98. So Spudis gets the silver, and Roman Novak, the champion for Ukraine. It's the final of the men's 100 meters, T63. We have 3 one-time European and world champions in this, including the reigning champion. Starting off in lane 2, 4th in the 100 meters of the last Europeans in Berlin for Turkey, Nuri Kağız. Started para-athletics in his 30s. He turns 40 in August. In lane 3 for Italy, first major champion for Alessandro Assola. In lane 4 for Denmark, the reigning European 100 meters and long jump champion, the reigning world champion too, Daniel Wagner. In lane 5 for France, the former European champion in 2014, In lane 6 for Russia, the 2014 European champion over 200 meters, Anton Prokhorov. In lane 7 for the Netherlands. 19 years old, the bronze medalist in this in Berlin, Joel de Jong. And in lane 8 for Greece, Georgios Anifantis. So what odds on another shock young Dutch European champion? Men's 100 meters, T63. It's Karten 2, Asola in 3, Wagner 4, Kayatare 5, Prokhorov 6, de Jong 7, and Anifantis in 8. Single above knee amputee category. This T63, it's the men's 100 meters final. They're away, and someone's away too quickly. I was about to say de Jong's start was very slow, but from his point of view, that's a good thing. Well, that'll be tentative times. Wagner, the reigning European and world champion, silver in Rio in 2016. And Manu Grasso, having pulled up in the previous 100 meters final, whilst in the lead, opening the door to a Dutch 1-2, is sadly carted away. Oh, I wonder if it's Anifantis of Greece. It might well be. I think so. That may be trouble. Is there a card coming? Major championship debut.
Lane 8, disqualification.
There is a red card there. Any chance for Anifantis? Not now, disqualified. That's a bit harsh. And he will be a spectator, like the rest. Data and analytics professional, I believe. Well, the final field is reduced by 1. And Anifantis's chance of glory has gone. Second consecutive Greek disqualification in a 100-meter final. It's Karten 2, Asola 3, Wagner 4, Kayatare 5, Prokhorov 6, de Jong 7, the men's 100 final. And we're away the second time of asking. Solid start by de Jong, who's looking good. And here goes Prokhorov for Russia. Here goes Wagner, the defending champion. Wagner holding his own against Prokhorov. Wagner moving up. It's gold again for Denmark. For Daniel Wagner, Prokhorov second. And I think Asola was third. A championship record, 12.37. He's broken his own mark from 3 years ago, and Daniel Wagner does it again. The back-to-back European champion. 3 silver medals when the European Championships were revived in 2012, and he's medalled in every championship since. And now it's all golds for Daniel Wagner. Well, he's a man who knows how to celebrate spectacularly. Even more spectacular than that. That was an ace win. And Asola, I think, picked up third. Well, we 2 Greek disqualifications back-to-back. I was just hoping there wasn't going to be another Italian pull-up. Prokhorov away very well, but Wagner fought and fought, pushed through strongly, and that's a great win. This was Heinrich Popov's domain, now retired. Oh, Wagner, very, very smooth. Despite the category, great win, ace win, and a championship record. Still his, but even faster now. De Jong just run out in 4th place. bronze in 2018, but just misses out this occasion. Wagner's about to hop. Wagner's got the championship record. Prokhorov in a different category. Championship record 2 and a solo lifetime best in 3rd. He's going to do a backflip when celebrating. Rieberg goes forward in the orthodox fashion, as he will do here. Round 3 of the long jump. 6:19 and 6:18 for him so far. For the Gothenburger. Firmly in the chalk. If you're new to para-athletics, the visual impairment categories, the 12s and the 13s, it's chalk. It's from the furthest tip of the foot to the nearest tip of the sand. Can use a guide in the 12s. You have to use a guide in the 11s. Medium visual impairment of the 3 categories. 6:23 is best of the night. Tied with Dunan, but staying in 8th. Najib Sadi in his first major championship still leads.
Well, here's Hendricks from a little earlier. You see Managrasso on the right of the screen that has gone down, but it was the youngster from the Netherlands who took that one. Confirmation came out a little bit late. Just been made official. Hendricks takes the gold. Vloot makes it a Dutch 1-2. And Cotilli confirmed with a lifetime best of 11.87 for the bronze.
Eight starters, but only 5 finishers. Bydgoszcz from Nordrhein-Westfalen. He trains quite regularly in one of the major indoor stadiums in Dortmund. He's a physio. He started in his mid-20s. He's at 28 now. 7th in the 100 meters in the last Europeans. 8th in the long jump. 6:01 is best of the day. 6:40 best of his career.
Born on the same day as me, but 20 years later.
Now, is that good for him or good for you?
I'd say it's much better for him.
That's heading out beyond 6 meters. That's a good attempt. This is, in these 2 categories, the T12s and the T11s, the markings down the side of the pit are a bit more misleading. Ah, was well in the chalk. And if he takes off before the chalk, then it's where the chalk begins on his side, where the measurement is done. Was that an improvement? No, it was not. 5:91 for Bydgoszcz.
So
we
2
have
more
heats to
events
round off.
on the track.
Yes, we do. And we've got your race first.
We do. Hence me talking. Just that they get in the way of it though. The women's 200 metres, T47. That's what Stephen Colley just said. 2 heats. Finals are finished for the day. So this is the upper limbs affected by deficiency, impaired muscle power, or a range of movement issue. First 3 in this will go through to qualify for the final. The next 2 fastest will then go through as those fastest qualifiers. So we'll have Krzyzewska of Poland will go from 2, who competed in the 400 yesterday. Sokolov, who's also a javelin thrower, goes from 4. The Serbian Cheshova of the Czech Republic, who was bronze in 2018, and this will go from 5. Alicia German will go from Poland in lane 6, who's the European record holder. There she is. And Tabita Voltura, who ran in the 400 metres yesterday, will go from lane 7. But it will be Alicia German who will certainly go out as the favourite to qualify through from this race, no doubt about that. And certainly in the top 3, she'll more than likely go through in first position. She's run that bend pretty well indeed. Sokolov is also up there with her, the Serbian. So it's Sokolov in first place, German who's in second, and Teresa Yashova of the Czech Republic looks like she's going to come up in third. German's just pulled up. She knows she only has to finish in the top 3. But Sokolov has just kept on going. She's finished first in a time of 25:52. So the first of the 2 heats has gone through. Sokolov there of Serbia plays a bit of handball as well. She's gone through in first place. German has just pulled up knowing she only has to finish in the top 2. A lifetime best there for Sokolov, 25:51. She'll qualify through to the final, as does the Polish favourite, Alicia German, also known as Fyodorov. A little older. So Sokolov picks up the victory. German, who's a very experienced athlete. She's, as I said, the European record holder in this one. She's the 3-time silver over the 200 metres at the Paralympic Games, and she won the European Championship gold over 200 in 2016. And she's medalled across a range of events in both the Paralympics, World Championships and European Championships. Full of experience, knew that she could pull up because it's the top 3 to go through. Sokolov, she picked up that lifetime best, finishing in first position in the heat. No prizes for that. Prizes finishing at the top of the pile in the final, but she'll be there. That's the most important thing. Lifetime best for Sokolov. Alicia German coming through with a championship record for her category. And Sheshova with a lifetime best. Also, Krushvinca with a lifetime best. 3 different categories going in this T47. So the T46 as well going in this one. So records everywhere again.
So the jump continues in the F57. Kalvandi for Turkey gets himself well on the scene. That is awesome. Well, that was throwing at the highest order. How well has Kalvandi done here? Hamid Aidari has been the leader. Does he stay the leader? Kalvandi is in front with a European record. 44 meters 80. It's only one thrower after this. Well, Kalvandi suddenly rockets to the top of the order. He is a solid 50-meter man. That world record line is 49.26 for Cicero Lins Nobre of Brazil, set in the Worlds in Dubai in November 2019. This is very impressive. And Kalvandi increases the European record to 45.72. Aidari in second, Labanov's in third, and there's nothing they can do about that now. The top medal will not be theirs. Kalvandi has got himself right up in the top. And and make this his major championship debut. Not a bad debut, is it? Look like it's getting better. No! 31 years old, and Kalbandi's performance the past few minutes has been just awesome. I think that's going to be a red flag for a bit of buttock movement. He's got the technique for the others right. That is a no throw. Hidari with the European record in his category as well. Hidari's had that European record and lost it. He broke it earlier. It's showing as a European record, but Kalbandi has superseded that. They're both the same class. And Kalbandi, top class. Last throw. It's another good one. It's a white flag, and he'll wrap up the competition with at least one throw over 45 meters and maybe two. Only Vitolia Cava of France is yet to throw, and he's a real unknown quantity. That's another beauty. It's another one beyond 45 minutes, 45.16, and Kalbandi will have a silver at least, but probably the gold. Hidari in second place, with only Cava yet to throw. Heat 2 of the women's 200 meters T47 features the reigning European champion, Angelina Lanza of France. Agatha Galan of Portugal will have a lot of home support. On the outside for Russia, bronze in the Universal Relay in 2019 of the Worlds, Anastasia Solovyeva. Lane 5 for Norway. From Harstad, Ida Louise Overland. First major championship in 4 for Agatha Galan for Poland, the 18-year-old. And here is the reigning European champion, 100, 200 and long jump, Angelina Lanza. The 2017 long jump world champion from Lyon Athletisme. A fan for the 2013 World Championships in Lyon and the Stade de Rhône. Major championship debut at the Worlds in 2015 in Doha. Top 3 into the final. Lanza in 3, Galan in 4, Overland in 5, Solovyeva in 6. Away for good start by Lanza in this 200 meters T47. Strong, controlled run by her, and Overland as well, playing catch-up with Solovyeva on the outside. Solovyeva out in front ahead of Overland here, and Lanza's a bit of extra work to do. Those other 3 will go through. Solovyeva very fast. Lanza moving up into second place. Overland will be third, and it's 26.45. And Galan had a little mishap before the line, and that might have just seen her miss out on a fastest loser spot. Solovyeva takes the victory. She is a coach these days, aunt Olga Minayeva, involved in the Soviet 4x400 meter relay champion team of the 1980 Moscow Olympics. Solovyeva, with that team bronze, has never won an individual medal in a championship. She might now. Lanza's through, Overland is through as well.
Good job.
Well, Lanza looked very impressive in the opening 50 meters, but Solovyeva taking matters into her own grasp with the victory. Lanza in second, and then, yeah, Galan just seemed to lose away a little bit for Poland. That is a pity for the 18-year-old. I'll chalk that down to experience. And Overland is into the final 2. Just hope Galan didn't lose much time, and she didn't, and she is into the final. They're all into the final, led by Anastasia Soloveva.
So the only event still running, the men's long jump T12 final at the moment. There is confirmation of the qualifiers who have gone through. Brzezinska and another regatta, Galan, the two quickest to go through of the lucky losers.
And that turns them into winners. What a lovely evening in Bydgoszcz. Sun's been out for a lot of the day. It's a good contrast from yesterday. We've still got that long jump going on, heading towards the climax of the men's shot put F34, which Evgeny Malik has won. Equal championship record for Russia. Thomas Polinsky, the silver for Poland, and Musankedi, the bronze for Turkey. Men's long jump T12 and men's javelin F57 still being competed for. We have seen some thrilling field events today. Long jump is still in round 4, and there's still one thrower in that men's javelin F57. And the first thrower might tell us straight away what prospect he has of winning a medal. Vitolia Kava. Juan Muna Martinez. It's actually his first ever championship long jump, according to the records. European 400 meters champion in 2016. 6:26 is best so far, down in 7th position. And we are in round 4. Reminder at side, Najaf Sadi of Azerbaijan who leads, 6:97. Sergei Bydgoszcz of Belarus, second in 6:81, and Tobias Jonsson of Sweden, third in 2. We've had the split mark. We've lost Bydgoszcz by 22 centimeters and Prondaro by just about a meter. And Martinez, with his second best attempt of the day, 6 meters, 21.
Well, Kashafali of Norway. That's pushing up there over the 6 meter mark. He's currently heading into this one in 7th position, is the Norwegian. World champion in the 100 meters in Dubai 2 years ago. So there's no issue with his speed. He does hit the edge of the board there. .626 with his second, 6:08 with his fourth, so no improvement. He stays in 7th position.
He wasn't the IAAF
bit of technique.
Deteriorating eyesight meant that he switched across to para-athletics in 2018, and within 18 months was world 100 meters champion. Savchuk of Belarus, 6:32 at the moment, is 8 centimeters outside Jonsson's bronze medal mark.
I've never seen someone with a tattoo of happy on their throat before. He might be with that though.
Close to the edge.
He's gone very tight, hasn't he?
There was chalk dust. That was a close run thing and needed greater inspection. He's gotten away with it. It registers 6 meters 04. So the top three will remain. I can tell you, Kashafali has retired from the competition in 7th and won't get any higher. It was interesting technique, I thought, with that last attempt, but he won't have a 5th round go. Kavakava, the last throw in the men's javelin, F57. First attempt, 34.68, has him in 4th spot. Our leader with the European record, Kilvandy, 45.72. 36.32 needed to get into the medals for the Frenchman. Now that is doable. Oh, he's getting close. 36.04 is only 27, 28 centimeters away. Kavakava's giving this a really good go. There's only 2 throws now left in the competition. Square it up a bit further than his best. A school ruler away from a bronze. Was that it? Kilvandy is looking very good for gold now. That is a red flag against Kavakava. They're coming back. Well, we've seen this a few times in this competition already.
Well, he's got to keep his bum down and hope he finds 28 centimeters. Literally the last throw of the F57 final. Well, he's been given the white flag. Don't think he's going to get what he wants though. $31.50, so Kavakava finishes in 4th position. Labanos holds on with that lifetime best to the bronze. Hadari with the silver and a new European record for Kilvandy of Turkey, who takes the gold. So now you can hear all the ratchets, all the chains, supporting equipment, all being put away. As the long jump on the left of your screen there continues.
Well, Sergei Bydgoszcz fighting hard in the defense of his European title. Looks good for a medal for the 4th consecutive championship. But Najaf Sadeh, in his major championship debut, pulled off a tremendous leap in the opening round of 6.97. And there is our champion of the javelin. Gold and silver medalist. in what's been a great competition. The camaraderie, fantastic. There's always new names coming, and he can celebrate and he can smile
Kuba is already there.
and make us aware of it all.
You go with Kuba.
Everyone wants a piece of a winner. Time for some photos.
Really good competition, down to Latvia and France for the bronze in the end, but Latvia hung on. Usually good in the powerful throwing events, and that's the case here. Slight delay in the men's long jump T12, 2 rounds to go. Najib Sadi going out to 681 with his 4th round attempt. Hasn't improved, but he's had 3 attempts out of his 4 that nobody's beaten yet.
Well, Rieberg's started off the 5th round. Alexei Dudin is the next to go from Russia. He's in 5th position. Rieberg with his last was 3:36, so something clearly went wrong for him there.
He was done in.
Dudin with his penultimate jump. And that's pushing the boundaries as well. Both on the board and to the side of the pit.
Looks like his major championship debut as well, actually. It's always good to see new names. .631 was his best. Does he go any higher? That's really good. 6:34. He goes up into 4th above Sauchuk, who will have his response shortly.
So Muno Martinez, his opening jump is best. .25 years of age, senior debut in 2012. Had a good spell on the sideline with a quadricep injury, which is probably what we saw Manu Grasso pick up earlier in that 100 metres race. This man has also competed at an able-bodied events at national level in Spain as well. Very capable athlete. European champion over 400 metres in 2016. This time in the long jump though. 6 metres exactly for that last one for Muno Martinez, so no improvement there. Salchuk with his 5th. Belarus very well represented. at these championships. Selchuk needs to find something. He's only 2 centimetres behind Dunan, but I don't think he's found what he wanted. So the Belarusian, he stays in 5th position. 6:05, confirmation of that. He's got one more attempt.
He only turned 17 in December. They've got a gorgeous athletic stadium in Minsk, the Dynamo Stadium. Half of it looks like the Colosseum in a good way. Jonsson currently lying in the bronze medal position. 6:40 in round 2. His brother has been European champion. Per. Oh, I think he's gone too far. And if he doesn't get a red flag, but he has got a red flag, that was a great looking mark. But there was a reason for that. So nothing for Jonsson this time, and he might have felt that he had the improvement that he wanted there. He's a 6.99 man in his career. 6.99 would mean gold here. His brother Per, the world champion in Dubai in 2015. Bydgoszcz, the European champion in Berlin 3 years ago. But what about Bydgoszcz? Into the chalk well. He gets the white flag. He went a nice distance. Not sure how close to 7 meters that might be. That was just about inside the chalk enough, and as it's in the competition, the chalk has moved slightly further west, which is a bit of a help. I'm not sure that's as up to 7 meters as he wants it to be. 6.71. He stays in the silver medal position. He may be about to be dethroned. There's only 1 round to go. And Najib Sadi has his penultimate attempt. That's a foul.
Well, if not, it's very long. But judging
not
by
a happy reaction from him.
No, not at all. Yeah.
He doesn't have much to be unhappy about, frankly. He's leading, he's looking good for it.
Oh yeah, that's a foul.
Well, the top 2 men are from the 2 nations that have hosted the European Games so far, and there is no para element in it. They tried out the dynamic new athletics in Minsk in 2019. They'd had the European Team Championships in Baku, and there's a thought they might be going back. Who knows, maybe all of the divisions could take place in the one city in the 1 week. Krakow in Poland, because of course Poland has to have athletics, is staging the next European Games in 2023. Here goes Rieberg. Let's see how much he can improve with his final attempts. Potential.
So Rieberg, the first of the remaining 8 athletes to go with his 5th and final jump. No improvement, so he stays in 8th position, and that's where he'll finish, 6:02. Alexei Dunin of Russia will be next up to the mark. He's currently in 4th position. Here's the Russian. So Dunin needs to find 7 centimetres to catch Janssen. The 30-year-old, off he goes. And that looks all right. Looked okay from the takeoff. He's been given the white flag. Has he got what he needs to take the bronze medal? Or to at least put himself in a position to take it? Season best of 6:43 coming into this, 6:50 a lifetime best. He needs to get up to that lifetime best. Still 16 centimetres short of it.
Vamos, Joan. Aguanto la batida a tope, ¿eh? Va, venga, que es el último. Vamos, venga, va. Bien, bien, sigue.
So we still await that mark.
Aguanta batida. Eso, venga.
There's Luna Martinez in 6th position. Won't be improving. Slap bang in the middle of the board. No issue with a step over. Well wishes already. We're still waiting for the system to bring up Alexei Dunin, as it's just done, so I can tell you the Russian Alexei Dunin hasn't improved, so he remains in 4th position. 6:11, the official mark for his 6th and final jump for the Russian. Here Salchuk of Belarus, currently in 5th, 6:32, his best. He was 2 centimetres shy of Alexei Dunin's mark. So the 17-year-old brave at his first major championships. Fifth position. You might have to wait for a moment or two. We've gone back to taking the manual measurements. Seems to be a slight issue with the system at the moment. 6.24, I think we heard then. That wouldn't be an improvement on Salchuk's 6.32. So no change in position for the Belarusian.
As a 17-year-old, he's done brilliantly to be this close to the medals at such a young age, and his major championship debut could become a big force in years to come. The previous attempt of Juan Muno Martinez has just come up as 6.11. Salchuk is having to wait. $6.24. Well, that's what we heard a few moments ago, and that's what's come up now. So we've got 3 jumps remaining. Jonsson, Bydgoszcz, and Nadjifadze. There are 3 medalists, but in what order? 6 meters 40. Needs something around his lifetime best to get higher. He's won silver in the last 2 European Championships. Oh, that's a nice looking one. Well, he's not happy. He must have got a flag. Well, I don't see a problem with that. He's not as happy with the distance. It sounded like 6:40. It is. He has gone out much further than that in his career. It's 6:40 again, and it is bronze for Tobias Jonsson. It's between Bydgoszcz and Nadjifadze for the gold. $6.81 in the second round for Bydgoszcz. $6.97 in round 1 for Nadjifadze, but he's backed it up with a $6.93 with a $6.81. After that, a $6.79, which even would have made the $6.81 a gold. Approaching 9 p.m. in Bydgoszcz. Bydgoszcz trying to get the whole stadium behind him in his assault on gold. He's gone out towards 7 meters again, but I think that'll be it. I think he knows that it won't be enough, and that Nadjifadze will take the title. That might actually be his shortest leap of the night. But either way, yes, 6:53. Bydgoszcz takes the silver, having won gold in the last 3 European Championships. Not now. It is a championship debutant who is the new European champion, Saeed Nadjifadze from Azerbaijan. His opening attempt did it for him. He'll try and go out in the high. He was close towards the edge of the chalk. He might be okay, but either way, he is okay because he is the European champion. That's fine. An excellent success for Azerbaijan. Saeed Najafadze, the European champion. All the sixes at the end. It doesn't matter. His first attempt was the one that really mattered, and the second, actually. The European title is his. Unfortunate for Kashafali that he picked up that injury off the back of his fourth round attempt. Juan Muno Martinez after years of track successes, and I could have sworn he'd been in a lot of long jump competitions before, but apparently not. Sixth for him. And despite finishing fifth, how impressive does Igor Savchuk look? The 17-year-old from Belarus. So we've had 2 days of the 5 already. It goes so quickly, especially if you're working on it. $30 medals won now by Russia, who almost medalled in this through Dunin, and 14 of them gold. Ukraine have won 19 medals, 8 of them gold. Poland have the second highest tally of medals, 21, 7 of them gold. 4 gold medals each for Great Britain. Scored again today, quite spectacularly, really, did Britain, up to 12 medals now. Zach Skinner with gold in the men's 100 metres, T13. Sophie Hahn in the 100 metres, T38. A great long-standing champion. Maria Lyle early this morning. Turkey with 4 golds too, and 3 each for Switzerland. Marcel Hook scoring tonight in the 1500 metres T54. The Czech Republic of 3 as well now. 3 medals full stop. All of them gold. And already in total, more than 25 nations have won medals. 30, in fact. Latvia getting their first bronze this evening in the field. In the javelin. Sweden with a silver and now a bronze in the long jump. Slovakia have won a silver and Norway a silver. Been an excellent second day. So day 3 underway tomorrow. Lots of field action for you again. It's 10 a.m. Central European time, 9 a.m. if you're in the UK, 8 a.m. GMT. So we've ratified the top 8 in the men's long jump T12. That 18-centimetre margin of victory. Najafadze over Bydgoszcz. Changed the Cyrillic interpretation of Belarus and Ukraine in the last decade or so. So it's still Bydgoszcz, but in the old Roman alphabet spelt a little differently. So that's it. Night falling over Bydgoszcz. Here's Carl Bang in the men's javelin, F57. That brilliant opening throw of 44 metres 80. 45-2 in round 4. A new European record. And Kalvandi, the gold in the javelin, 45.72. Hadari, the silver for Azerbaijan, and Ingus Labanovs, the bronze for Latvia. Vitalia Kavakava just missing out by 27 centimetres. Side Najev Zadi, the championship debutant, with gold in the men's long jump T12, medium visual impairment for Azerbaijan. Bydgoszcz, the silver for Belarus. Tobias Jonsson, the bronze for Sweden. So Russia with 30 medals so far, 14 of them gold. A major return to the circuit. Ukraine with 19 medals and Poland 21, 8 and 7 titles respectively so far. Great Britain with 3 titles won today. And Finland, thanks to the flying Finn, the ultimate flying Finn, Leo Pekatati, one of their golds there. Greta Stray-Mikita in the 1500 metres T11 for Ireland. Mary Fitzgerald with the bronze today. Belarus with 3 silvers so far. Sweden now have 2 medals, that bronze added to their previous silver. And Latvia with bronze as well. It's been a full day, and you know what tomorrow will be. Full as well. Catch you at 10 a.m. Central European Time. Have a nice evening.